Good morning, everyone. Hope you are very well. It's Higo from Million once again, founder of FinMeUp. And let's have a look at how you can start your investing journey. So there are so many benefits with investing, and we're mostly going to cover investing in shares or in assets. So we've also done a podcast on this before, but investing in shares and ETFs is a great way to get started. The thing is, if you don't invest and you just keep cash in your bank, you'll probably end up, or maybe even spending some of the money you wanted to save, or you just actually lose money if you look at the inflation rate growth, because inflation is growing faster than what your cash in the bank is growing, unfortunately. So that is why investing is such a good way to just increase your net worth as time goes on, and later on compound interest will play a role. You can get dividends from shares, which is an extra form of income, source of income, stream of income. So the best way to get started, our preferred platform for South Africans, is using EasyEquities. The reason for that is, so personally I've tested a few platforms and EasyEquities is by far the best, and that's the reason for that is because their fees are by far the lowest. You can also invest in Australian and in United States companies, as well as South African companies, obviously. And they are just very easy to use. So our preferred platform is EasyEquities. And we have an agreement with them where if you sign up through a link that we can send you, you'll get a 50 Rand voucher to invest in. So let us know if you want to open an account with EasyEquities. You can just contact us on the app and we'll send you that link. You can get started through that. But to get in more detail of how to actually choose which assets to invest in or which companies to invest in, it always requires research, because it is essential to understand what you invest in. So what I mean by that is, for example, so many people just invest in Bitcoin because people say invest in Bitcoin, but nobody really understands what Bitcoin is. So that's also a problem we are trying to solve as FinMeUp. So with the FinMe Uni, we're launching an investing course that will cover these aspects of different asset classes, how to invest, how to do research, all of that. Then we're also going to launch a cryptocurrency course that covers what is cryptocurrency, because I still don't understand it. So we partnered with experts that's going to help us all understand it better, because it's a very complex thing to understand. So, but anything complex can become simplistic if you just do your research. So when it comes to investing in shares, so if you open your EasyEquities account, you already have a portal to invest in companies, in ETFs, in bonds, in gold, and in properties. They have Easy Properties where you can buy a fraction of a property. So you don't need millions to buy your first property. You can buy 10% or 5% of a property, get your rental income, get your dividends income, and so on. So let's look at shares. What is a share? Well, it's basically, if you buy or invest in a share, you basically invest in the company. You become a shareholder. The nice thing about that is, if you invest in a company, all the employees and the management are basically working for you to a certain degree. So that's nice. And you get, from investing in shares, you can get two things. You can get capital growth and you can get passive income. So the capital growth is when the share price increases over time, your money increases. But dividends, which is a passive income. So once a year, the company can announce, we made this amount of profits and we're going to distribute it to our shareholders, and you get a small percentage of your investment back as dividends, which is a great income to have as well. And you can reinvest the dividends, which will grow your entire holding in that company. So Warren Buffett made his net worth by investing in shares, and he also focuses heavily on understand what you invest in. So personally, Apple, we did a podcast on Apple. I'll invest in Apple. I am invested in Apple because I understand Apple. I understand how they make money. I understand where they are going to go make money in the future. I understand what they do. I understand the management. I understand their products. And it just helps if you use the actual product. Same with EasyEquities. So they are owned by Purple Group. I understand how EasyEquities works. understand how EasyEquities makes money, and understand how the growth is looking now, how it's going to look like in the future, so I can invest in Purple Group. And I have. So that's just the way you can try to understand the business as best as possible. And especially as a beginner, try to avoid investing in complex things that you don't understand, because it might be a trap. And just one thing I've learned is forget about get rich quick schemes. It never actually works. So just work hard and invest well. The nice thing about investing, so I always say, treat every cent that you own like an employee. Make every cent you own work for you. And the nice thing when you invest in something, your money works for you. You don't have to work. Like I said, if you invest in a company, the company works for you. Just make sure you invest in good companies. Otherwise, you might. The thing with investing, you can lose money. You can also make a lot of money. So for a beginner, one thing that's definitely for sure is you can't go wrong investing in index funds. So that is, for example, an ETF. An ETF is basically a managed fund. So it's a fund that is managed for you. You just have to buy the one ETF and you basically get diversification into 40 or 50 or 100 companies that the fund manages. And if you look at history, the ETFs actually outperform the many fund managers. So you can't go wrong with ETFs, especially if you don't really know how to do research in individual companies. Our investing course will also help with that. The stock picks helps with that. With the stock picks, we share which companies we are buying, holding, and selling with our reasoning and research to help you understand the companies better as well. So understand what you invest in. So that is in shares and ETFs. ETFs is just a basket of shares. Shares is just small shares in a company, a large organization. So you can buy shares in Standard Bank, in British American Tobacco, in Capitec, in Apple, in Tesla, in Google. So it gives you a portal to invest in something for your future. And especially long-term investing, you can get compound interest. To make it simplistic, if you invest in a company that is now R1 and it goes up 10% a day, then it's 10 cents to go up. But if you look at the long term, let's say the company is now R100 and you invested when it was R1, then if it goes up R1, you actually make 100% of what you initially invested. I hope I make that clear. So that is compound interest, and it's also part of exponential growth. If you don't invest, I think that's the biggest risk. Investing is risky, but not investing is the biggest risk. So just open even a demo account. So EasyEquities also has a demo account, which beginners can use, which is fake money. So you can just try it out with fake money, and you can see if you understand it. It will help you to understand. Then other asset classes, like I mentioned, is gold or commodities, bonds. So there's various ETFs or even ETNs for that. But I'm not going to go into that now. It's a bit too complex, the ETNs. But yeah, ETFs, you can just type in gold ETFs or oil ETFs, or even type in. So, for example, my favorite ETFs listed on the JSE is the Signia S&P 500 ETF, as well as the Signia 4th Industrial Revolution ETF. It's more focused offshore, but there's a lot of opportunity in that. So that's how you can get started, maybe. Just even if you start with a very, very small amount that you are completely prepared to lose. But it's part of the education journey. Education is vital for your long-term success. So that's how you can start. Open an EasyEquities account. Start doing research. Start Googling things. Listen to more FinMeUp podcasts. Read through the stock picks and on the FinMeUp app. And just start. You're going to make mistakes, which you're going to learn from. But you're also going to do a lot of things right, which is going to be great. And at the end of the day, your net worth will probably increase if you do everything right. And think long term. Think rationally. Do not make emotional decisions. That is very vital. So yeah, that's just how you can get started. Even if you start small, it's very important to just start. The investing course will help. The stock picks will help. The podcast will help. So we are here to help you. If you have questions, shout the questions on the discussion forum. we're going to be there. The FinMeUp community is going to be there, and looking forward to see you start your investing journey. If you want that link to Easy Equities, where we'll get a 50 Rand investing voucher, just contact us on our email or anything, and we'll respond to you. Have a blessed day and invest well. Cheers.